Foods, the maker of Some Sweet. That is the most spectacular sweetener that there is on the market, if I do say so myself, and I do say so. Because it's the sweetener that helped me to kick my sugar addiction. Yes, get me off of sugar. So, and also SARE Nutritional Therapy, which stands for Sugar Addiction is Real. Nutritional Therapy, it is SARNT, SAIRNT, stands for Sugar Addiction is Real. Nutritional Therapy. Ha. Yes, I tried to be original. But anyway, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see, a little bit of housekeeping for today. Tomorrow we do have a great guest. I want to just let you know about that. He is going to be talking to us about fitness and health and nutrition for those children on the autism spectrum. So please tune in and listen to that. I mean, it may not be you, but there's a lot of great information that will be shared there. He's a fitness professional and an autism advocate. Also, if you don't know your risk for type 2 diabetes, oh, I had some flyers. If you don't know what your risk is for type 2 diabetes, please go over to the American Diabetes Association. On their website is a link that will tell you what your risk is for type 2 diabetes. You can take that assessment and you can find out your risk. Also want to remind everyone to please drink your water. You need to get four a day. 4 a day. Water. Yum, yum. You need it. So you need to get 4 of those a day. That will give you your 64 fluid ounces, and that is just kind of like minimum. You don't want to drink too much water because too much water, that's not great for you either. But you do need to drink plenty of water. So you need to get that into your body. Okay, so what did I want to talk to us about today? I'm not going to be before it's very long. I want to talk to us about gut health. Now, I know that I probably have mentioned some things about gut health before, but I've been pooling together a number of resources that I wanted to talk to us about gut health. Why? Why about gut health? Well, because gut health is really is important. It's like it's the connection between our gut and our brain. There is a connection. There is an emotional connection. There is a connection that is not just, it's physical. It's like that tire. It's your second brain. Okay, it's your second brain. And a lot of times we do not think about our gut health until it is too late. I mean, our gut health affects everything. It affects our sleeping. It affects our rising, our waking. Excuse me. It affects it affects everything. I mean, it's not just a matter of, there's a lot of stuff out there right now that I'm seeing about gut health, and people are talking about there's a test that you can take that talks about that's talking about getting your if how to know that your gut health is good, and there's a test you can take to help you find it out. And I can't think of what the name of the test is, but you probably have heard about it. But that test, it says, hey, check your poo, and it's very sanitary. And I saw that. And so, so they can measure and check, what's going on, the level of microbiome and things that you have in your gut. And we don't really think about it very much, because we kind of take it for granted, even if we're regular, because part of it could be that you would be irregular, but even if you're regular, you might not be focusing in on your gut health because you're thinking that everything is okay. Your gut is at the baseline for your overall health. And if your gut isn't working the way that it should, everything is affected. Again, your digestion, your skin, okay, your mood, everything will take a hit. So, the best way to promote a healthy gut is through your diet, and eat lots of gut-friendly foods. That's the best way. And it's a long-term investment into your health. The reason a lot of us start to feel decline as we are aging is because our gut health is getting poor. It's what causes you to feel worse and worse and worse as you age. So you want to take care of your gut health. And remember, that healthy gut starts from the day that you're born, because when you're born, you're clean. Everything about your gut, that's clean. And what happens is you start to, even as you're exiting the birth canal, you're getting these, you start to get these bacteria on your skin. Okay, you start to get them on your skin. You start to get that, and then through your, if you're breastfed in the breast milk, you start to get those healthy bacteria start to come into your body. And there is a study that shows that when your gut is properly populated from birth, then it helps to helps to keep you healthy longer and help you to fight off and ward off sicknesses and diseases at an early age. So that's real important. Um, so that you do that. So it's best at any age and at every age. But it gets to be more and more important as you age. And so at the age, in your 40s and 50s and so on and so forth. Um, and here we don't get enough good bacteria and things, because we don't, like, here we are, everything that we do is so sterilized, all of our food, everything, and that's good because we don't want bad pathogens. But in some of that process, we get rid of a lot of the good pathogens as well. So it's really, really important um, for our gut health. So I'm scrolling through, going through my notes here. Please don't freeze today. Today is not the day. Um, so there are foods, and of course, the foods that we could eat, the best foods. Let's see. Let's talk about some changes that you can make. And most of this is going to be dietary changes. And hopefully I mean, some of this I might have covered previously, but I said that I was going to come back and address gut health because it's like really, really important. And if I'm repeating myself, well, I'm sorry. I'm so, I do apologize. Um, So if you're having problems with your gut, there's some changes that you can make. So one of the, give me a second, pull up my notes here. So just a few small changes that you can make that will improve your gut health. Number one is chew your food well, really, really well. So, how many times you chew each bite of food? We should be going for like 20 to 30 times, 20 to 30 chews per bite. We have enzymes in our saliva that breaks down the food. Remember, that's what I was saying about that it's not the best thing for, like, when you do um, smoothies all the time, you grind up your fruit, you do juices and smoothies and stuff like that, because there are enzymes in our saliva that break down the food. And so you need to give it time to do its job really well, and we need those enzymes. So, and you just want to be conscious of how you eat rather than scarfing it down. So you really want to, chew your food really well. And that makes a difference in how your stomach breaks it down. And this will cut back on bloating and stomach pain. Um, so consider how well you're chewing your food. Chew it 20 to 30 times. You don't have to count it like one, two, you don't have to count it, but you do want to just be aware of it and make sure that you chew your food plenty, because we need all of that. All of that is very important in our digestion and the way that we digest our food. Um, you want to support a two-way communication between your gut and your brain, because again, it is it is a communication pathway. Your digestive system is directly connected to your brain, and we get those. We say you have a gut feeling and all of that, that that's little something in the back of your head, that twinge that you get inside in your belly when you're feeling like, if you see something or hear something, or you feel like ooh, and you get that little nervousness, that little thing inside your brain. And I can tell you, listen, I can tell you all this, that there is a connection. My goodness, okay, I'm gonna share this with you guys, but like, I hate to throw up, right? And so I made this deal with my body, from it to my gut. We will not throw up. It comes out the other end. And I say that literally to myself to make sure that I am not, I was the no, 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 go the other way. And honestly, when I have, honestly, it works. There is a connection there is a connection. So, um, and it's that is established through the vagus nerve, and it oversees a vast array of crucial bodily functions. You hear that, including digestion. And this connection means that your gut can react to stressors with symptoms like stomach pain, changes in appetite, and diarrhea. And I don't know if this has ever happened to any of you guys, but if you get like really, really super nervous, do you, like, if you're starting a, like in my case, when it was like the first day of anything, like when I used to get nervous about stuff, I would I would be like really super nervous, and I would always get diarrhea with that type of thing. But I mean, I don't know if any of you have ever experienced something like that. You get nervous, you get excited, and you start having the stressors. These things start happening in your body. I mean, it's normal to happen because of that connection. Your brain gut connection. So there was a study called the Smiles Trial, a study that investigated the effectiveness of an improved diet for the treatment of major depressive episodes. The results showed that if you prioritize your gut health and maintain a high fiber diet, you can directly improve your mental health. So, again, gut health is important for your mental health. And a way to combat gut related symptoms is by incorporating relaxation techniques into your routine. You can do something called belly breathing, also known as diaphragmic breathing, a technique that allows your breath to travel deep into your diaphragm. There's things that you can do, like I don't do yoga, but some of you might do yoga. There's different positions with that are helpful and can help calm the overactivity of the sympathetic nervous system. But that's like super, super, super important. Now, we were talking about eating your food, chewing your food slowly, but you should enjoy your food as well. So if you're going to chew it very slowly, you should be enjoying it, and don't obsess over what's considered good or bad. And because we talk about food a lot here, eating correctly, eating properly. So, you don't want to stress over what's good or bad, because food itself is not the problem, is not always the problem, you know. Um, so you just want to think about it. Uh, there's something that they call a nocebo effect, and it's a psychological occurrence where negative outcomes occur due to expectations that will cause harm. The opposite, it's the opposite of placebo effect. So you want to look at the nocebo effect, and I'll be talking to us some more about that nocebo effect. Um, but it's a psychological occurrence where negative outcomes occur due to expectations, and this will cause harm. So, if you think it's going to be bad, then it's going to be bad. Oh boy. Studies show that if you feel guilt around what you're eating rather than enjoying it, your stomach will tense up, causing you to bloat. So that's like, if you're feeling guilty, then you're gonna get those results. I mean, you're gonna get that bloat, and it's not gonna be good. So Crazy restrictive diets, they don't help. And, we don't believe in crazy restrictive diets here. We say there's no one diet for everything, for everybody. Eat healthy, know your body, watch your body, and then find what works for you. And you're making a lifestyle change. It's something that you can do permanently, not something that you're just doing temporarily, right? So we don't do temporary things here, we do permanent things here. Um, if you're craving chocolate, I mean, we talk all the time about chocolate, and chocolate is good for us. Get the darker chocolate. Hopefully, you like dark chocolate because it's really good for you. But darker chocolate, and and then enjoy it. Get some, add some nuts to it, some fruit to it, some dried fruit. You know that can bring, something additional, more nutritious and things like that to the chocolate to kind of help with that. So, you want you want your eating time to be pleasurable. Okay. And so that's some of the things that you can do. If you're having some symptoms and you're having things that's not going well, you know you want to write about it. You want to track what's going on with your body. And then if you notice some strange things that's going on with your body, then you need to talk to your doctor about those things and check in with your gut. um, you want to see if it's like, if what's going on with you is gut related and things like that. I don't know, maybe some of you are experiencing IBS, which is the acronym for irritable bowel syndrome, or Crohn's disease, or ulcerative colitis. You want to make sure that you're just not accepting just bad things that's going on. You want to check in. You want to make sure that you go to the doctor. Don't just accept things and be like, okay, this is just the way that it is. No, go get it. Go get yourself checked out. Because some things are can be pretty bad, and they can progress and be worse. If you start making changes, there are some things that you can expect when you start making changes in your diet. There are some things that you can expect. And so um, let's look at some of those things that you can expect, and let's look at foods that'll wreak havoc on your gut. So let's look at that first, and then we'll talk about foods that will are better for your gut health. So foods that can be wreaking havoc on your gut would be, and I don't know if I had went I so let's look at this. The number one thing is alcohol. So, and I was just talking to someone today about the alcohol versus smoking. He was like, well, you know, I'm like, well, they both can kill you. They both can harm you. So anyway, but alcohol enjoyed every once in a while, and I know we're coming up on turn up, turn up, turn up, because it's about to be New Year's. Everybody gonna be wanting to turn up, but it can be enjoyed once in a while without too many consequences. But heavier amounts of drinking can have lasting effects on your gut health. So, not only have certain alcoholic drinks been shown to disrupt normal digestion, but studies have shown that moderate to heavy drinkers actually have fewer healthy bacteria colonies in their digestive system. So, if you don't have healthy gut bacteria, then we just talked about all the bad things that can happen: the depression, so you can have mental issues, digestive issues, um, just all kind of bad things, skin issues and stuff like that. So what else is bad for your gut? Food with added sugar, foods, and of course we always talk about that because foods with added sugar. So donuts, cookies, cakes, sodas, sugary drinks, juices, any type of sugar sweetened snack that can quickly, quickly damage your gut health and lead to other health complications along the way. Too much sugar can feed the bad bacteria. Okay, so if alcohol can kill it, right? It can also, depending on the type of alcohol, well, no, alcohol will kill it, but then sugar will feed it the bad bacteria, and which can, and the bad, if you're feeding the bad bacteria, that's going to compete with the good bacteria. And then if you're feeding it, then it's going to grow, because if you're feeding it, you're more than likely starving your good bacteria. And too much sugar can cause an influx of water and disrupt your normal digestion, causing bloating and unwanted effects as well. So, and sugar can mess with the microbiota balance in your gut and cause some of inflammatory effects in your body also. So that's a condition. Artificial sweeteners, those can have wreak havoc on your body and your gut microbiota as well. So, and some artificial sweeteners may actually be linked to developing gluten intolerance because of the way that they can alter your gut microbiota. So, um, they still need to do more research on that, but that is a great suspect. Um, Processed meats, so those can have an effect. And although they can be a good source of protein, processed meats like bacon and sausage have been known to potentially cause problems for gut health due to the saturated fat content. So, so that's one thing that you want to look for as well. So, and saturated fats specifically, they've been known to cause a reduction in the bacterial numbers, bacterial richness, and diversity in the gut, in which those are all signs of poor gut health. So you want to be careful with that. Soybean oil. Research shows that soybean oil, which is commonly found in things like margarine, certain salad dressings, some brands of mayonnaise, nutrition bars, and frozen foods may be harmful to your gut health. So, soybean oil. And there was a study that was published in the journal Gut. It found that a diet high in soybean oil, which is rich in omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids, decreased levels of two bacterial species. And oh my goodness, if you guys want me to pronounce this, but it looks like fake Feca libacterium and Blyudia. That's the, good bacteria. Okay. Ooh. But those are the ones that produce health promoting metabolites, and it also increased the levels of two bacteria, um, Alistipes and bacteriorides, which can be related to imbalanced glucose metabolism. So it decreased the good bacteria, increased the bad bacteria. So that is soybean oil. So after looking at those, what are some foods that will increase your and eating habits that will increase your healthy gut bacteria? Well, eating legumes. I think this is what we went over before. Eating beans and legumes, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, lentils. They're excellent sources of fiber, and they help to work their way through your intestinal tract. Also, eat berries. So you can add more berries to your diet. They're a good source of fiber, loaded with antioxidants and vitamin C, which helps to feed those healthy bacteria and reduce inflammation in your GI tract. So, and you can mix them up with some kefir in a nice smoothie drink, because kefir is more on the liquid side. You can eat fermented foods, and incorporating fermented foods in your diet can significantly, and kefir is a fermented food, by the way, it can significantly help your gut health. And you should include fermented foods in your diet every day, which can be plain yogurt, the kefir, miso, fermented vegetables like sauerkraut, kimchi is fermented. So you want things like that, just fermented foods. And that will increase your microbiome and lowers inflammation and improves your immune response. So, and diversify your food. Believe it or not, your gut can actually be negatively impacted by eating too much of the same food and not allowing food diversity in your meals. So it has a huge effect on your body. So you want to diversify your foods. So make it a habit to experiment with new foods that include a wide variety of plants and plant foods in your diet, because there are unique compounds that are found in each food they deliver fiber and it feeds a different species of the beneficial bacteria that's already living in your gut. So a diverse population of bacteria strengthens your immune system. And we're talking, when we say bacteria, we're talking good bacteria, not bad bacteria, right? We want to feed the good bacteria and get that growing. So when it comes to caring for your gut, make sure you're eating enough fiber, you're drinking enough water, and you're getting plenty of rest. All of those are crucial. Yes, sleep affects your gut microbiome as well. So all that's crucial to ensuring that your gut health is good and strong. So, and again, um, you want to eat the foods that are guaranteed to work, and increase that. That's going to be your yogurts, your kefir, all of that with just fermented foods. Fermented foods. That's what you want to look toward. Fermented foods, whole grains for your digestion, and fermented foods. You can also get the foods that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, okay? And foods that are high in fiber, and then your fermented foods. So, I hope that helps somebody out there, because we're going into 2022. And I know you want to reset your gut health for the new year. In the new year, you want to get healthy. You want to be stronger. You want to, have your immune system powered up and ready to fight for you. Your gut health is super, super, super important in strengthening your immune system. Because, I mean, when you take all of those, if you take antibiotics, and if you have taken a course of antibiotics, then you need to get some probiotics into your body and get some prebiotics into your body as well, that will feed the probiotics and help them to grow even more rapidly and get your gut microbiome back into fighting order. Now I'm going to tell you, now we're going to have a talk here as if we haven't been talking. If you have not been taking probiotics, and you're just starting out with a round of probiotics, go slow. Don't just jump right in. Go slow. Start with a tablespoon of whatever the type of probiotic, like, say, for instance, I would say kefir, because I'm used to kefir, 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 hey, however you pronounce it. But that's my preferred, that's my choice, that's my go-to, right? For probiotics, that's my go-to. And if you were starting out with that, I would say start out with a tablespoon a day, and then increase that, every day over the course of a week, until you get up to 8 ounces, until you can do 8 ounces. And then you can, gradually increase it from there. Why? Because there is an effect that when you start with probiotics, that there is an effect that is called, let me see if I can spell, it's called it's a reaction that happens. It's called the Herxheimer or Herx reaction. It's Herxheimer. So remember that. Don't just jump into it, because you could experience the Herxheimer reaction, and it's short term. It lasts a few days to a few weeks, but it happens with the detoxification reaction in the body. As the body detoxifies, it's not uncommon to experience flu-like symptoms, and those symptoms include headache, joint and muscle pain, body aches, sore throat, general malaise, sweating, chills, nausea, and other symptoms. And so you'll be like, that stuff made me sick. That's sometimes a part of the detoxification. So you want to be aware of that. If you know that you started this new regimen and you took this one thing, be aware that you want to ease into this detoxification process, because that's what's going to happen as you start to get rid of the bad bacteria. And the bad bacteria doesn't want to leave. I mean, this is what actually starts to happen. So you want to go real slow. And when this season and in this time of, what we got going on with with all the different variants and all of that kind of stuff, you really want to be aware that as you're detoxifying, these things can potentially happen. That's why I don't suggest that people cold turkey quitting sugar, because of the addictive nature of it, and your body starts to react to not having it. The withdrawal symptoms, the headaches and things like that. Take a methadone effect. Step your way off of it. That's my recommendation. So it will last, right? So step your way off of it. Step your way off of sugar. And if you're stepping into probiotics for the first time, and this is going to cause a detoxifying effect in your body, step your way into it. Not all at one time. Not all at once. All right? So I'm going to look and see that we have any questions. Why do yogurt make sounds? Why do your gut make sounds when you're not hungry? Why does your gut make sounds when you're not hungry? Oh, hey, how you doing there? Why does your gut make sounds when you're not hungry? Because it's not, when you have the sounds that come from your stomach, those are different sounds. So like the hunger, when your stomach is growling and all that, that's the juices flowing in your stomach. So when you're hungry, that's that. But your gut is always working. So it's moving something, right? It's moving something. It's processing something. Your gut is always working. It's an engine. It's always going. The only way that you can have, and even when you're fasting, your gut is going to be doing something, right? It doesn't shut down. It's constantly processing. The same way that your heart is constantly beating, you're constantly breathing, so your body is an engine at work all the time. So your gut is going to make some sounds, even when you're not hungry. That doesn't have anything to do with hunger. You feel the gastric juices and stuff in your stomach rumbling and moving around when it gets the signal from your brain that's telling you that that there is let me give you the proper name of it. When you're hunger, there's a hunger hormone, ghrelin. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. It's called ghrelin. So when that hunger hormone is activated, it's called ghrelin. It's going to signal it's going to start signaling, firing up everything to say when you're hungry. But when you're not hungry, you won't get that same signal. You won't get those same feelings. That's just your body doing what it's doing, moving food. Do you know that we keep let me see how much let me see. I'm just yeah. Um Let me see, because we keep, there we go. So at any given time, we have poop in our body. so, um, so at any given time, there's always something in our body. It's like about 3 to 8 ounces of poop that we have um, in our body at any given time. So we always got something in our gut, and so you're all of that is going on. Um, I would say, we always had 3 to 8 ounces. That's a minimum. Usually, I think it's probably more like a pound that we always have. I think I remember reading it's somewhere like a pound. Um, that we have in our intestines, but we always got something in there. So I mean, not to be like really really gross about it. I should have said, oh, warning, warning, gross in case you're eating. But yeah. So you always have something in your gut. So that's the reason why. So that's why you'll hear noises come from your gut. It's continually being formed and stuff is going on with your body all the time. I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers your questions. So, hi Neil, hi Rosie, hi Lenora. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can see you over here. So since you posted over here, I can see you have posted over here. So yeah. So we always got something going on in our gut. So yeah, so you just want to be aware of that. So I hope that answered your question. And yeah, and if you get really really hungry, the ghrelin is going to send signals, and it's going to make you start to have that growl effect and all that kind of stuff. So if it's not ghrelin, it's just your body doing what it do. Oops. So that's that. So I just want to oh yeah, I want to remind us that go over and subscribe. Please subscribe to me. I am trying to pull things together, and I need some help editing videos, really really, because TikTok requires some editing and stuff like that. But yeah, go subscribe to me on TikTok so I can go live over there. I need 1,000 subscribers to go live over there. Thank you. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Oh, TikTok is SAIRNT, YouTube SAIRNT, Facebook SAIRNT, Instagram is Some Sweet Foods, and Twitter is at Some Sweet Foods. I'm gonna make all those be the same thing one day, but I just wanted to let us know that. So thank you for following me. And all of this stuff is going to end up in archives. I'm going to put it together. It's going to be end up in archives, and you'll be able to get access to the archives. The guests, all of the live posts from the guests are going over. Just so you know, if you go and you're like looking for this, you'll have to go look for this in the videos. But all of the podcasts are actually the guest interviews and the guest conversations that I have. Those are all going over to the podcast and to be streamed on all the podcast platforms. So I do that because it's just so there's a lot for me to do. So I had to kind of have to make choices and decisions on how I want to do things and how to make it a little bit easier for myself. If you don't know, I did get my office, or not my office space, but my maker space. So I'm actually working to try and put that together. That's going to be where where my production facilities are going to be, and wholesale, retail, kind of storefront, showroom kind of place where you can actually come and be able to come and purchase physically some of the things, like the Some Sweet's going to be in there. This is one. So this is the granular one. Well, they're all pretty much granular, but this is what I call this granular. And then there's also this one. This is the original. So all of these will they'll be there. I don't have the other 2 bags, but there are 4 varieties of that. So that is the granular. Both of those are granular, and then there's also the brown sugar, and then the confectioners. And so those will be there, and all of the goodies and things that when I say that I have been working for years to put together products that are great that are great tasting, that are palate pleasing for everybody's palate, right? And they're keto friendly, and they're most importantly diabetic friendly. I've been working years for this. This is like my dream. This is my vision, to have these things available for people like you're not thought about or it's an afterthought in restaurants and places and eateries and things like that. It's an afterthought when you're diabetic. It's like, oh well, yes, we got something on you, but it's not the forefront of the minds of people's mind. And I mean, honestly, right now, 1 in 3 people are pre-diabetic and they don't know it. There's about between one and the statistics say 1 in 5, 1 in 7 people are diagnosed with diabetes. And I mean, I can actually pull numbers and then just show, but it's more people that are actually struggling with this than we like to acknowledge. And it breaks my heart when I go into places, um, and I don't see anything on the menu that, oh my gosh, I don't want to shed tears. But when I go into places and I don't see anything on the menu, and that is for people with diabetes, and or people are who are trying to stay off of sugar, because it's so, we take it for granted that everybody has this perfect health condition, and a lot of us, we don't have it. And even if we're walking around looking healthy, we still don't have it. You're not. And I've lost too many family members to that, to for me to want to just leave things as they are. And so I want to start to set things. I want to do my part. The legacy and the things that I want to leave behind is that somebody tried to fight in this fight. I mean, I know there are a lot of people trying to fight, but I'm going to do my part and fight the way that I know how to fight. Okay? So, that's me. Oh God, you guys see that? The water works, the water works, the water works. You can see this is passionate. This is a passion thing for me. It's a passion project for me. But anyway, so that is that. So I am so excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's broadcast. Again, you can find us Twitter at Some Sweet Food, Instagram at Some Sweet Foods, Facebook at SAIRNT, YouTube at SAIRNT, and here on the Haps, and TikTok at SAIRNT. All right, that's it for today. I have nothing left in the tank. And you know what, you guys? I'm gonna go get me something to eat. I'm gonna go get me some noshins. No, I'm gonna go have dinner. I'm not gonna nosh. I'm just gonna have me some dinner. Yes. All right. Till next time. All right. Remember, we have a great guest coming on tomorrow, Gary Martinez. He's going to be sharing with us about the autism spectrum, how we can help those people who we do know who have children who may have that. You may not, but just come and get the information. It's great information. And so until next time, peace and blessings.